Welcome friends to this section 1.2 of chapter 1. What are we doing? We are talking about digital technology creates new levers for growth and improved performance. In section 1.1, we have already understood digital technology transforming how business is done. Business is being done in a different fashion altogether. I have already shared with you that if we want to improve the performance of the business, then we have to see the business into sections, smaller parts, and then focus on a particular part, one small segment of the business. If that small segment of the business will start performing in a better fashion, then with the help of all such linkages, components, parts, we will be in a position to enhance the performance of the business per se. So this section 1.2 is trying to elaborate, explain this small part. What is this small part? Is business process management. So what is this business process management? If we need to understand business process management, then we need to understand process. Okay. So what is this process? Let's understand. Business we understand. So business process management, what is this process? Business process. So the process is series of step-by-step activities. Series of steps, activities by which an organization coordinates and organizes tasks to get work done. How this will be done into small steps. What are those small steps if put together so that we are in a position to see some output of this entire series of steps? Then probably this is something known as process. So the process is activities that convert inputs into output by doing work. How can I define it? I'm inviting a friend of mine to have a cup of tea with me. I'm staying alone. Then I'll make a cup of tea. This entire set of activities to make a cup of tea may be termed as process. Done? Now, I want to offer tea to everybody who is passing through this crossing. Why? Because there is a Kumbh Mela in Allahabad or Prayagraj. So we are having millions and millions of people coming to Prayagraj to have holy dip. And on this occasion, I would offer a cup of tea to everybody who is passing through the crossing close to my house. Okay. Now, I can't prepare the tea in a fashion I prepared the tea for a friend of mine. This tea making has to be done into various segregated activities. Somebody may be boiling the milk, somebody may be boiling the water, somebody may be mixing this boiled water and milk, somebody may be putting tea leaves into this mixture which is already boiling and then boil it further. Somebody may be putting sugar to it. Somebody may be putting this tea into tea cans. With the help of those tea cans, we will be in a position to deliver the tea to the passerbys. We will be transferring tea from the tea containers to small cups or maybe earthen pots, kuldhars, and in this manner, lot of activities will happen. This is something known as activities. What is the process if only milk boiling process is delayed or slow? Or if the milk is not boiled up to a particular level of temperature, then you understand that the entire purpose of this tea making or entire tea making activity will collapse. So we have to ensure the input for this milk boiling process. Milk boiling is a process. It needs inputs. What kind of input may be required? Input in terms of fresh milk, unboiled milk, utensils to boil, boiling system, utensils to carry that boiled milk to some other place. That is my output. My output is boiled milk. Boiled milk at a temperature of 80 degrees centigrade, 90 degrees centigrade, whatever. Now we may measure it. So you understand now that if I want to increase the performance, effectiveness of this entire tea making project, then every process of this project, like milk boiling, maybe the previous process also, milk procurement. Milk has to be bought, milk has to be procured. If the milk is not available, then what this boiling process will do? So milk procurement is also a process. So this is the way we understand process. Although when I was preparing a single cup of tea for a friend of mine, that was also being termed as process. So depending upon the size, time required to do a particular thing, the quantum, volume, situation, etc., etc., we define processes. Okay, I am preparing this tea here in Prayagraj where we have plenty of water, I am assuming. Okay, or rather I can arrange at least water. Okay, what if I am preparing this tea somewhere in Ladakh? We don't have water, we have only ice. So I have to convert this ice into water. Another process being added to this project of tea making. So this is something known as process. Deliverables, now we understand whatever will be the output of a particular process will be deliverables. Output created through work towards a desired benefit or expected performance improvement is deliverable. What is this business process then? Series of steps by which an organization coordinates and organizes tasks to get work done. You want to buy samosa, but the samosa wala need to prepare the samosa. How to prepare this samosa? A lot of ingredients has to be bought from the market. Some processing has to be done, and then samosa will be made available to you. So this is a process, business process. And then in this business process, when you have bought the samosa, you have to pay for that. Then some mechanism has to be established to collect the money from the buyers, then get the money deposited maybe into the bank, or make payments to the suppliers, those who are supplying maybe potato, maybe oil to this samosa manufacturer or the vendor. So the process is activities that convert inputs into output by doing work. We have already understood. Deliverables we have understood. Output created through work towards a desired benefit or expected performance. And then what is performance? Performance is a result of processes where maximizing efficiency over one's competitors is a critical success factor. Bhaiya, the other shopkeeper is in a position to give the samosa peeping hot immediately. Your samosa is not that much hot and still you are consuming 2 minutes. You are taking 5 minutes to give the samosa to me. Oh, so this is something related to performance. Okay. So what are the components of this business process? One is people, another is technology, and third one is information. So with the help of the three, you may put several other components also, or you may put those components into one of the categories which we have already shared. So what is happening? We have something like input. What may be input? Raw material, data, knowledge, expertise. Okay. Then we have activities. What are the activities? Work that transforms input and acts on the data and knowledge. This results into something known as the deliverable. What is this deliverable? Products, services, plans, or any action. I did that. Okay. So this is something known as business process. We need some input in the form of raw material, data, knowledge, expertise. We need to do something like activities, work that transforms inputs and acts on data and knowledge, and it is in a position to deliver something to us, which is something known as output. Output of a particular process may be input for another process. Boiled milk is the output of my process. Another process, mixing this boiled milk with the boiled water, is another process. So my boiled milk is input for the next process, which is mixing process. This is milk boiling process. There is another water boiling process, and then we have a mixing process. So the output of the two processes, water boiling process and the milk boiling process, is the input for mixing process. Are you getting it? So in this manner, we have a series of processes. This is something known as business process. And if we are trying to manage it, then this will be treated as business process management. And if you want to see, you want to make sure that your things are being done in a better fashion, then it will be business process management and improvement. How can I improve? I need a lot of boiled milk. Now it is not possible to put the unboiled milk into containers and then start the heating process and so on. So I am saying now, let us install heating machines for the milk. Let's install, okay, I am not saying that let's install geysers for the milk, but at least we can install geysers for the water. We will be getting boiled water from the geysers. This is automated now. So business process management for better performance and improvement. So what are the characteristics of business process? Formal processes are standard operating procedures, documented, and have well established steps. Who will do what? When a particular thing will be done. So if this is documented, may not be documented, but there are standard processes. You go to McDonald's, you go to Pizza Hut, they have standard processes. Tools are there, raw material is available, and standard processes are there. So they'll be doing those processes to deliver whatever you are expecting them to deliver. So we may have informal processes, typically undocumented, undefined, or knowledge intensive, or they range from slow, rigid, or fast moving and adaptive. How can we improve? Let's document them. Let's standardize them. So what is the difference between a small business and a large business? Only documentation and standardization of processes. That's the only difference between a small business and large business. So how can we improve the business process? Continuous examination to determine whether they are still necessary or operating at the peak efficiency. Do we need to do this now? One. Or are they in a position to work effectively, efficiently whenever we need them to perform at their best peak by eliminating wasted steps called business process management or business process re-engineering. Rather, this is known as business process re-engineering. We are changing one process into another process, so this is business process engineering. And then when it's being done to improve the entire performance of all such processes, then it will be termed as business process management. So digital technology enhances the processes by how? Automating manual procedures. I have just given one example to you. expanding data flows to reach more functions and parallel sequential activities. A lot of things are happening in a synchronized manner. You want to book a room. You are standing in front of a room. You went to the Make My Trip. You booked the room right now, and now you go into the hotel. The hotel wala will be having information. I don't know how it is happening, what is happening, but this is all is happening in a highly synchronized manner. Creating innovative business processes to create new models. Even if you are in a position to experience this on Book My Show, if you have booked a seat, then the next time, obviously, who will be a person who will be looking for that very seat will find that seat booked. So this all is happening with the help of digital technology. So what is this business process management then? This consists of methods, tools and technologies to support and continuously improve business processes. This is known as business process management. I am continuously doing it. Why so? To enhance the performance of my organization. So this is business process management. Business process management can be done with the help of softwares also. Is used to map processes performed manually by computers or to design new processes. So we have software also for business processes management. BPM requires buy-in from board, a cross-section of the business, the right technology selection and highly effective change management to be successful. Now the question is how this business process management will be done. So top management should agree. There should be a buy-in by the top management, one, and everybody, every section in the business should be happy to do that, ready to do that, and it needs effective change management. Now we understand that by and large we are averse of change. We try to stay in our comfort zone. Whenever somebody is saying that you change, it feels bad. So business process management needs a lot of changes. So friends, with the help of this, we have concluded this section 1.2 also. You have few questions in front of you. You know what are you supposed to do. Thank you very much.